Yes, and my name's AJ, and I'm not sure which country I'm from either. I've got the look of a man who goes church, mosque, temple, and then pub all on the same day. I look like I work in a kebab shop but drive an Uber at night. And I only drive that Uber at night to fund my dream of opening my own shisha lounge. I'm one of those people who's got a really deep voice. I got the voice of someone who hopes that that email doesn't find you well. I've got the kind of voice where I walk on the train, the driver will hear me speak, and all of a sudden, all you hear is, if you see anything suspicious, please report it immediately. If I'm at a party, yeah, and I ask someone to try and guess my background, the most common response I get is drug dealer. Mainly because my voice is kind of deep and I sound like I eat cigarettes instead of smoking them. And then at the end of the night, when those people want to buy some drugs, I remember how they judged me and I charged those fuckers double the price. Turns out I'm actually Indian. I know, I couldn't believe it either. I was also shocked when the lady at the passport office told me that I'm Indian. Because in the ethnicity section on that passport renewal form, I wrote down, you pick, surprise me. Now I'm half Indian, half English, so that means the brown half of me has been racially abused my whole life. And the white half of me secretly enjoys the abuse. It's like I love eating chicken tikka masala, but only if it's from Weatherspoons. Sometimes people say racist things about Indian people, but their racism doesn't always make sense. A few years ago, I was in a pub, and this guy with fucked up teeth told me to go back to where I came from. I was like, mate, you probably have more GCSEs than you have teeth, and you only have 3 GCSEs. There are loads of dentists in India. Maybe you should go back to where I came from. My family, they say I need to embrace my Indian side more, but I disagree. I've been thriving as a fake Indian. Last Saturday, I became Turkish, so I didn't have to pay extra for garlic sauce. Because I'm English and Indian, yeah, sometimes people will say to me, if England played India in the Cricket World Cup final, who would you support? And I'm like, which boring personality trait did I present to you to make you think that I would ever be interested in cricket? Growing up, I had loads of Indian role models, you know. They're some of the coolest jobs in the world. My friends used to idolize people like David Beckham, but I had bigger dreams. I used to have a picture of my GP on my bedroom wall. Well, you're not fully Indian, yeah? Some Indian people often judge you, innit? Like my grandma. Not her, I love my grandma, but my grandma's got this dickhead friend called Vikram, yeah? And he always says really rude things to me like, AJ, you're not a real Indian, you're way too white. Heard him say that I'm too white at least 20 times, so the last time he said this to me, I decided to stand up for myself. So I just said to him, listen, mate, I know you haven't got the proper documents, so I made a call to the Home Office. Tell you about my auntie as well. She used to own a corner shop in South London for probably about 15 years, yeah? I used to help out a lot. We used to play this really fun game called Set the Fire Alarm Off if anyone from the council comes into the shop and realizes that we sell multi-pack items separately. I've been going on a couple dates recently, you know, I can't lie. I went on a date with this girl, she was like, AJ, you got a real leadership quality about you. You really come across like a leader. All those years sitting in my auntie's corner shop being called boss man are finally paying off. I realised something, yeah. Everything at the supermarket is way too expensive. I'll be at the self-checkout machine and they want me to pay 30p for a carrier bag. But to be honest, I don't mind paying for a bag because what's 30p when I didn't bother scanning any of the other items?